Let's start with Gemini. Okay. So Gemini, guys. Alright. Let's go ahead and start with Gemini. Guys, please come in and protect the space and bring through the best and most highest good for the collective reading for Geminis. Gemini collective reading. What is it that they need to know right now in this space while we are in this crazy energy? Gemini, what is it that Geminis need to know right now? Okay. Well, goodness. Okay. Another deck. Oh, okay, Gemini. You have a lot going on. Okay. So, where we need to start? Let's see. Okay, so the first card that comes out is the bridge. It's two hands reaching out, right? It's like almost like one's willing and the other one's hesitant on the other side. So there's that, okay? And then the shaman, it's just another hand. This feels so transformational. We've got the snake also, right? Very transformational. The bridge, the snake, the one. It just feels like everything's being drawn towards the source, right? The oneness, the one, the source. It's like God, the source. Very interesting. And the Father, okay? The Father. Be interesting to see where this plays out. And I'll look at this just a little bit further into what it feels like for me. Okay, there's something on, it's almost like the left being the past and the right being the future, right? Like something was really beautifully blooming because there's so much pine coming out, or like this beautiful like tree blooming and all the color, and then something, it's almost like burnt up, or it was became like, you know, no longer like available. It was cut down, it was debris now, right? Okay, well, let's keep diving into this. And then the tear. That was on the bottom of the deck. The tear. Okay, so I have those. I'm just going to go ahead and read a little bit about these. Let's go ahead and do the bridge. And I know as far as the bridge goes, it's basically speaking about two people or two things being at a distance. It's not really meant to be in that time and space, right? So, like I said, you have one who is reaching out and giving their hand very willingly, and then you have one that is not able to give it willingly. I can find these. Oh my goodness. The bridge, here it is. Okay. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. When we then open up and we are led to anotherness, right? Like we don't know what's ahead of us. And then it says healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, which is so odd, we have that also, the card, the shaman. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. And that's what it feels like. If you look at this, one hand is almost like I am willing to take it, and the other one's like, here you go, right? It's like neither of them are both willing to give what is needed in that scenario, right? So it can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life, right? So yeah, so that's pretty interesting. And it says the connection, the link, the gate. So it's linking as the gateway, right? Try to see if there's anything else that might stand out. Not really. Okay, and then we'll move on to the next one, the shaman. We're gonna move on to the shaman. Just to see what it has to say too. Because these are pretty spot on, I've found. Okay. This is basically like the mage, the sorcerer, and the medicine woman. 3 archetype ingredients institute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study. The mentor, which is another one of the cards. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of oneself, the other, and the culture of the healer. We don't have the healer here, so I was just checking. The father is the one. And the third, shaman has a knack for finding doorways of the other world, right? So it's understandable because they're like medicine people. They're out there and they do, rituals and all things. So makes sense that they would be of the other world, worldly stuff. And this allows psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. I mean, look at all those like retreats that are happening, right? Where they're doing ayahuasca or all the things. It's beautiful. So it's all a part of that. Let's see. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet, this basically is just saying the shaman, it must be vigilant and very much keeping it steady up in practice up to pace, right? Because the world's forever changing. And they need to understand and know how to balance the duality of the light and the darkness. Is there anything else? Healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it with, so that way we can share it with the world. So healing is always going to be a forever thing. We're never going to ever be like, oh, I healed and I'm fine. It's just not going to happen. So, okay, so this is so interesting, Gemini. So you got the bridge, the shaman, the one. That's crazy. Let's go see. Here we are. Almost there. Go all, here we are, the one. Non-duality, one love. Wow. Unus mundus. That's interesting. Okay, so kind of goes back to like my Cancer reading. And like go read what Unus mundus means, because the Cancer Collective reading had Anima Mundi. Sorry, I don't know how if I'm pronouncing it even correctly, but these are like words that I'm like, ooh, they're very much connected, right? So we need to figure out. Trying to find and make sure. I wish that I would have already had these kind of. Okay, here it is. Venus Moon Dew is a circle representation of the unity of existence. It is possible that the beginning and the end of all things is love. Like, that's so strange. Okay, I don't know. I see it as like, think of One Love by Bob Marley. One love, right? Like, the one just means source and oneness. Source is oneness. We are oneness. We are part of source. So, I'm going to get to like where it talks about this archetype alludes us most of our lives appearing as a concept in the distinct galaxy. Anything that really bounces out, all duality falls away, and we're left with what is precious. So yeah, basically just saying like, there's no duality whenever love, Christ consciousness starts coming together into this space with us, right? That's what it feels like. All right, the Father. And go way back to here. The Great Father in masculine, the protector. Okay, well, I mean, it's just showing, like, once again, very masculine, energy coming through, and embodies both the light and the dark aspects. The Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. Flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Okay. The Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in this archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family into the world and into the world. So, oh my goodness, it's really just saying, see the pattern of the Father, or see the Father as a pattern, not a person, like not as personal, I guess. Become a student of the masculine energy. Watch the Father in movies, Shakespeare plays, very much highlighted here, and read poems about the Father. Sharon Olds, His Stillness. William Blake's Little Boy Lost. Anyway, it's just basically saying that in the light or the good, it's supposed to be very much supportive, strategic, regal, kind, a kind authority. If not, it's like disappearing, disappointing, devastating by failure. Okay. Saturn devouring his son by both. Oh my goodness. Ugh. See, that just sounds really dark. So let's get more into all the rest of this. We have the tear, and that's on the other side of this. So I just want to find where I need to go for that. Here we go. Almost there. Okay. The morning, the release in the rain, tears are droplets of letting go. This is all about, that's what I thought the tear was going to be, letting go of something, right, on the other side. So maybe it's just like this release that needs to happen. There was something going on over here. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some tarot readings in here. Okay. Let's do it for Gemini. Remember, we're in Gemini, Mercury retrograde right on. Everything pretty much is retrograde. Every planet, and also everything is so much in Gemini. See, I just feel like you're going to be breaking through. I just feel like this is a long time, like, coming where you just need to release. There's something that needs to be released. For Gemini. And I want it to be for the bridge. After the bridge. Okay. Alright. The bridge. Remember how I was talking about, like, something feels like one is giving of itself and one is just kind of like, I'm not really sure, hesitant, or just like, whatever, here's my hand, just go ahead and do what you need to do, right? But it feels like it's a nostalgic thing, and this could be, look, childhood to a father, and the father is another card, right? Like you were wanting to manifest, like bring in something that made you feel like emotional fulfillment, okay, with this bridging. Like maybe you had a father that was distant, right? You couldn't get to them, military, couldn't come over, you know, to the States or wherever you're located. You were distant from one another, right? And it hurt you. Okay, it did. Here's, you know, like the pain. This is the Ten of Swords, like the stabs, right? But look, she's going into the future. She's walking away. And she's going to be renewed, okay? So here's that. I'm going to go ahead and pull some little mini cards real quick. Is there anything else you want to leave me on? Okay. Just go with these. I mean, it could be that you even find your father. You might find your dad through DNA, like 23andMe or Ancestry, right? Diving deeper, trying to find, it's almost like you didn't have your dad or you didn't have something, but you know, they're away. Here it is, waiting for your ships, or like waiting for your ships to come in, or it's so far away, but you're hopeful, right? And the Hierophant bringing in something like that is meant for you. So it's pretty profound, actually. I'm going to keep pulling a little bit more. What else is there for the collective on? Ooh, my goodness. Okay. Goodness gracious. For the bridge, I'm just going to make this where you can kind of see it, I guess. You can. It's like some conflict, maybe. Yeah, the conflict. Or it's like you find out, maybe, I don't know, this might have something to do with like finding out that your dad is actually out there somewhere, right? You find 23andMe, your dad's somewhere out there, your father, or somebody you're reunited with, right? I just kind of find like it's gonna be your dad or something. Something's gonna happen. You're researching. You're waiting for something to come in, right? With the three, like the hermit is researching, doing the research, okay? Waiting for the information to come in, waiting for the communication. The Hierophant comes in. My goodness, that's like legalities. You may be researching into the legalities, but it's competition, so maybe there's like another family member or something that pops up that you on the outside, maybe this could be that you were like adopted and you're looking for your family. Maybe there's some conflict that may pop up and leaves you a little bit upset, you know, or saddened, right? But there is a reuniting, okay? There is a reuniting, even though there's something there. It's like you find out all this stuff. You're like, what? I was adopted. Maybe that's what's happening. But there is a reciprocal give and take balance. Like they want to get to know you. They want to know more about you. But you do feel left out in the cold in some way because it's just a whole new situation. So it just feels this, if this resonates with you, this is for somebody for sure with the bridge, okay? That you are brought back together with somebody that is your kin, your DNA, kin family member, which look at this, almost looks like DNA too, with like almost, right? Pretty crazy. So we're gonna put these over here with that because I'm not sure what else would come of that. That's a very interesting message, just like about the shaman. and get some information. Okay, give me some information. The shaman. Shaman. Oh, there's so many. Oh gosh, I can't. My blush shaman. You dig up that many different. Oh my goodness, look, some of these same ones are going to pull out or fall. Yep. Okay. So the shaman, remember. The medicine woman, the medicine man. Transformational. Balancing act. Okay. We're back at this one. Look at this. Something still nostalgic from the past. Manifesting something. Here we are again, hopeful to get that 100% bliss of all things that you want. Oh my gosh, and still having that Ten of Swords, being ready to move on from that like heavy space, right? And then you get a lot of opportunities, whatever that means. We're going to keep diving into this. And then on the other side of it, 10 of Cups, the happiest bliss card ever. Like, 10 of Cups is the best. Okay, Shaman. So it's almost like Shaman really dives in deep. I feel like maybe these are connected. You've been seeking for it, you're searching for it, and God's giving you this information, okay? Star. Something's gonna happen, like, it's almost like as a medicine healer or shaman, like, or you may have been sitting in your energy and really, really tapping in and trying to find, you know, something out about your DNA. There's something about DNA in this, right? DNA and where you're connected. And you've manifested something to come to surface. You know, where you understand, look at this. Like you finally figure it out. You have that happy, beautiful 10 of Cups come through because you put all this work in, right? And you've sat there and you've waited and waited and waited for it to come to fruition. And you were given something. It could be even that you have a child that pops up that you didn't know about, okay? Leo sun could represent a child that just pops up that you find out about it. And the Emperor, you know, like wanting to, there's something that pops up where you're just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, am I ready to take on this? The Emperor with the High Priestess. Balancing act. Again, balancing scales, black and white, right? There's something here, I'm telling you, with this bridge card, and the shaman, there's something that happens where maybe there's DNA pop-ups here or there through like these ancestry, you know, swab tests or whatever, and something happens. So you find out you have a child or your parents that you've been seeking because you've been adopted. Something happens here. Is there anything more that you want to give me here on the shaman with all of this? Oh my gosh, really, you can't make this up. Okay. Yeah, it's like you have judgment come in, right? And this is literally like judgment brings all this to surface for you. But you have to make a choice, you know, like looking out into the future, leaving an old timeline behind, or something from the past behind to look out in the future. You're given some kind of, it's very much a, like it's a opportunity to move forward, a love offer in some way, but it's kind of immature because you may not know these people very well. They're talking about things, but to make that move or to move into that could be really difficult. So it's just going to be kind of a burden ship on you. You're just going to have to take your time with it and get to know these people, right? Like, learn them. So, very interesting, guys. I hope that is somehow connecting with you, because that's a very, very specific, both of those cards are very specific. Let's go ahead and dive into the one. And the one. Okay, you're flying everywhere. Wow. See, okay, the one, the oneness, right? Source, energy. Somebody is tapping into their creativity with the Knight of Wands. Boundaries are set up, fires are lit, ready to jump on that horse, and it's ready to go. Okay? Communication coming in like crazy. 8 of Wands. Very fast-moving energy because you've been inspired. Something lit your flame. Ace of Wands. And now you're just sitting and waiting for whatever is supposed to come in. Is supposed to come in towards you. 3 of Wands. All this wand energy is amazing. Okay. Give me some more on these cards that came out in one. 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands. See, put your hard work in. You're learning a new skill. You're maybe being creative, and maybe Source and your guides are working with you to like step outside of the box, right? Gosh, you have a lot of wand energy. It's like putting your work and your skill in. You're learning something new, and you've been putting your time into this. But you're so in your head and your mind, you're binding yourself to feel nervous about this, right? Look. But you have the Queen of Wands backing you, more creativity. She's like, yes, we're going to do this. We're manifesting it. Manifesting it with the Magician. 1000%. This could bring big offers in towards you. And it could be just monetizing off of something that's your creative hobby, right? God's working with you for this, to collaborate. You'll find the community, collaborate with others to make this happen for you. It could be a Leo or something that's representing, strength to keep just pushing forward. Even if you have to say, okay, that one declined me, denied me, whatever. Is it okay that you can be told no, over something, and then move forward from it? Yes, learn to just, if somebody doesn't want to collaborate or they're not the right one, there's something better along your path. It's all divine timing. Everybody's supposed to meet along the right timeline and path, right? Gosh, this is so beautiful. I love this. Yeah, look, it'll become something that's like, maybe you have to travel some, the ending of something, like maybe you're trying to get out of a job, like career space or something, and it stops, and then you're being given an offer by collaborating with people to like expand and travel, because look, God is giving you this opportunity. Here we are with the Four of Cups again. Not happy with what's in front of you, Three of Cups. But look over this way. The offer's there. It's amazing. Okay? Love it. We're going to move on to the Father. Already fell out. Oh boy. Okay. Father. Is there anything else? Man, is the Hangman. It's just been a long time coming, or patience, really just sitting and waiting with the World card and ending. I don't know if this means they're just, yeah, it looks like a walking away, something that's happened with something that represents a father figure. Walking away, having to make a choice. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I just feel like there's a father situation, or that represents that, where you're having to walk away, literally, and move on from it. It could be toxic. Let's see if there's any more that the cards will let me know regarding this situation. Yeah. It's almost like there was something like a situation where money was involved, but like it was not, it was very immature. Maybe like child support was not given. And then, ooh, hold on. I felt something, I saw something flip. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Maybe child support was not given, or a mother was not given child support in some way. I don't know. And then you rose above the ashes, or the mother did, and you've kind of just moved on from the father in some way. I was hoping it'd be more inspirational. It's really sad. Yeah, it's like you looked out and you've moved on. And it's still moving energy. So maybe you've learned some kind of lesson though. You're taking your time with it, even with money, because you were hurt. Oh, something happened with the father. All of this is something happened with the father. Yeah, like backstabbing, thieving, or like you feel like something was taken away from you, or like the mother maybe, or like you didn't get enough time with him or something. I don't know. It just feels, yeah, you broke your heart. Look, it was not given. There wasn't this reciprocation. The father broke your heart. This goes back to childhood trauma. So all I keep seeing with all of this is childhood trauma, okay? But it's done, it's ended. Maybe I would hate to think that maybe somebody's father had passed away, but it's just, yeah, you're moving forward. The tear. We're just gonna go ahead and pull this one. It's not a tear. This is on the other side of all of that energy. This is later, like the future, okay? Oh gosh. Alright. Alright. Okay, well, you're moving on to bigger and better things. You have a lot of freaking opportunity. You've set your boundaries. You are not putting up with any BS. You will be able to filter through anything that does not make sense, any clauses, anything. Done. You're pondering on it. You will be able to decipher and discern what feels good to you. And I feel like there's going to be multiple things that you walk away from that don't feel good, right? But it's only going to make you stand into becoming that King of Pentacles. You're just, because you've been through so much heartache and crap, literally, you have boundaries set, okay? Your boundaries are 100% set with anything in this world. Like, nobody can, you can sniff them out. 100%. They want to mess with you, you're like, yeah, come on, try me. It's not happening. Gemini is super attuned and aware right now. Mercury, even retrograde, is not putting up with any of it. Yeah, balancing. You've had to balance a lot, which has led you to having to make decisions, right? One way or the other. Which way do I go? This want to show us for the tier. I just feel like this is not going to even tell me anything more than you've set boundaries and you will know what feels right for you. Because you've had to walk away from heartbreaking situations, right? It's led you, because so you'll see there's cups that are poured over and spilled over in front of him. There's still 2 cups behind him that he doesn't see, which lead to this celebration. So there's something that still comes in, even though this, oh, I've mourned and I've cried and I've had so many things, right, that have been hard in my life, right? It's really taught you lessons, right? It's taught you lessons. So it's beautiful. What else do you want to show our collective Geminis? Give me some more on Gemini. Anything that we want to leave? Leave the Gemini Collective. Okay. We already talked about boundaries, really? Boundaries, okay? New abundance coming in. Beautiful, freaking full. I can't even. And resistance. Look, because you've been through so much crap. Literally, I was going to say PISS. Literally, you've been through it all. Okay? You've been through it all. One more. What else? Give me one more. So, too many, I'm sorry. You've been through so much. Like, you're able to really fight through and decipher, like, what feels good to you. Okay. See, number 4, this is the balancing. This is the 4 wall stability. This says great and full. You're going to get all of that beautiful fulfillment that you're asking for and you're wanting, right? Manifesting in. And you're wishing upon a star. Look at this. Keep manifesting because you are. You're going to get what you want, Gemini. Is coming towards you. Look at that sweet baby. Okay. It's beautiful. It's absolutely freaking beautiful. I can't. And this is on here. What does it say? The it's King of Pentacles. I can't. Just said you're going to get what you want. This is King of Pentacles is just as beautiful as that king knows how to make things move and groove, right? And he's so strategic and good, you're gonna be able to get what you need and what you want out of this, all right? So no fear. Everything is good. Everything looks great. This is a lot longer reading than I had expected. I'm so sorry, but I feel like you definitely need to hear this. And I felt drawn to do a reading for you. So drop a comment below, like and subscribe, hit the notification button so you never miss any new content that comes out. And I will definitely be thinking of you and sending lots of love and light. And I'll see you in the next video, guys, okay? Bye, Gemini.